All right, and we're live. Hey, peeps, it's your girl K-Cee Deeva here. Welcome to another edition of Afterthoughts, 90 Day Fiance, WTF moments with your girl
Oof.
K-Cee Deeva. And next to me in the screen with the Black Panther shirt on, looking like a little snack, Mr. Anthony Adams. That's right, Wakanda forever. And how you doing tonight, my friend?
I'm doing pretty good. It was a bit of a long day for me at work today because did some customers were upset, and it's understandable. It comes with the job of retail, but I'm good. I got out. I got a
Good.
chance to catch a little bit of sun before it went down and everything, so that was nice to go out and clear my head. So I am doing fine. How are you doing though? That's the question.
Wait. Let's back up. You had sunshine? Because I had rain over where I am.
I had a little bit of sunshine today. I did. I kid
Oh,
you not.
what?
Had a little bit of
I'm
sunshine.
jelly. I'm jelly. But that's okay. I'm okay. I'm okay.
Good.
Diva just
Okay.
gotta push through each and every day,
Yep.
you
We
know.
sure do. We sure do.
And but that's okay because I got my red Coca-Cola shirt on. I got my
Hey.
I'm feeling like it. I got a blow pop in hand, ready to
Hey. Now, is it a straight Coke or is there something in that Coke?
it's a Coke with a little something, something.
Coke with a little something. Okay.
Little
Okay.
something,
That's all we need to know. Little
I
something,
need
something.
to
Say no more. And
know.
okay.
Look,
What flavor blow pop? What flavor?
this is apple.
Oh, that's the best one.
Apple is the you
It's
know
the
what? It's
best
a,
one.
it's a apple and watermelon. It's a kind of a toss up. I like them both. I like them both.
Same thing with Jolly Ranchers. Apple and watermelon are the two best Jolly
Yes,
Ranchers. Yes. I'll
yes,
give you that.
hands
Yeah.
down, hands down.
I
They
will
they can do
give
away
you
with the
that to the
grape and the
fullest.
strawberry and all that, but the apple and the watermelon is where it's at. Same
Mm-hmm.
thing with now, ladies. Okay, let's get to the show. All right.
Let's get this. Well, actually, I was going to ask you. You know what? I want to go to the store. Can you give me $100? Because I need a
I
snack.
can't with you. Um, okay, but I'll let you know ahead of time. It's real.
It's
It's really
real.
real. I
It's
swear it
real.
is.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
All right, peeps. If you wonder what the heck we're talking about, if you missed last night's show, we're going to start off talking about Harris and Stephanie. Now, this used to be Ryan and Stephanie. Ryan effed up. So he's
Mm-hmm.
out the picture, and his cousin Harris gladly took over his
Mm-hmm.
meal ticket, named
Mm-hmm.
Stephanie,
Mm-hmm.
who is in Belize still,
Mm-hmm.
finally headed home. But,
Yep.
before she parted, she wanted to give Harris, who is now her new Belize boo,
Mm-hmm.
some parting gifts. So,
Oof.
you remember the $3,000 watch that she bought for Ryan?
Oh yes. Oh yeah.
Well, now it's Harris's. So he got the 3 grand watch. And then she handed him a nice crispy hundred
Crisp.
dollar bill.
Fresh out
I
the
mean, it was
bank.
crisp. I can hear it through the TV.
Fresh out the bank.
Okay, let's
They just
reenact
pulled it
this
off.
for the folks, Anthony. Let's reenact. Okay,
Mhm.
I'm Stephanie.
Okay.
Harris, my love, I'm gonna
Yes.
miss you so much, but
I'm going to
hopefully
miss
one
you
day
too.
you'll be in the U.S. But
Yes, I want
for
to come to the
now,
U.S. Mhm.
for now, I'm gonna give you this $3,000 watch.
Oh, thank you. Yes, I have
Hold
this
on,
right
hold
here.
on. I
Mhm.
packed you some lunch. I
Oh, thank you.
put it in your shorts so you have some lunch.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Appreciate that. Yes, yes.
Okay. Make sure
This is
not to
good
sit
stuff.
on the sandwich.
Mm-hmm.
And last but not least, let me get this crisp $100 bill and give it to you for a
Is
little
it?
something, whatever you need.
Is this real? Is it real? This is
Harris,
real.
yes, it's real. It's very real. I swear it. It's real.
This was Harris
Wah,
on the inside.
wah.
Harris got that. Harris also had that gold aura around him, like, oh, like I have the power. I feel it. What was it? Was it
Like
Carl?
time that.
What was it? Was it Carlton on the Fresh Prince when he got Will's phone book finally? He's like,
Yes,
I feel the power.
yes.
He had that gold aura all around him.
Man,
Hey, but I'll say
wait a
this
minute.
though.
Harris asked the woman if it was real.
Yeah. See, but
Come
see,
on
here's the
now.
thing. Well, see, here's the thing though. Now, see, in Belize, you got to remember that's a third world country. So down there, the American dollar is worth way more than it is here. So
True,
that's
true.
when they get it. They're like, wait, is this real? They always
Um,
question it. Is real? Let me tell you something. I bet you this right now. I bet you for $800, you can get you a nice 8-bedroom house on the water in Belize right now.
damn, let me
That's
know
how
you
much.
got your moving beliefs.
That's how far the American dollar goes in Belize. Okay.
I had no
I
idea.
listen. I got a chance to go there. I was blessed to go there. I went snorkeling out there one time, and let me tell you something. Like they love American tourists. Like they try to get you to go everywhere with because they know that dollar it goes a long way down there. Yeah,
Oh,
$5. Oh my good.
you went snorkeling, Anthony? You wasn't afraid of jaws coming up biting your nose off?
We'll see. We'll see. You know, I stayed in the 2 feet area. You know, where I can see the sand still. I don't go way out there. Come on now. I know better than that. Mhm.
You obviously haven't watched the lifetime. I mean, the sci-fi movie, shark movies, where they be crawling up on the sand and biting people and stuff.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, I
Sharknado.
digress. Let's get back to the show. Okay,
Mhm.
so anyway, so Harris, was grateful for the $100. The
Mhm.
producers separately, of course, asked him,
Mhm.
so what are you gonna do with the money? And
Mhm.
of course, Harris's response was, well, spending on my kids and my family.
Mhm.
Now, let's also point out that Stephanie was a little upset. She wants to believe him because poor Stephanie, she's so desperate for love, but she wants to believe him. But what's holding her back is she saw a picture of
Mhm.
him and his baby mama and the kids on Facebook for his
Mhm.
birthday, and this only
Right.
happened like a couple weeks before he was
Right.
with her. So it does make one kind of go, hmm. What do you think?
Yes. Well, it does make one kind of go, but there's a loophole in this one. That
Hmm.
was 3 weeks ago, and 3 weeks ago at that time, she was still with Ryan.
True.
So you can't be mad
True.
at a photo that was posted 3 weeks ago because a lot can happen in 3 weeks. Clearly, we saw that with you and Ryan.
Right.
For all we know, maybe he is done with the mother of his kids. Maybe she was just there on friendly terms, and she took
Mm-hmm.
a photo to celebrate his birthday. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, we don't know. I mean, all we have is his word. So it wouldn't surprise me if Stephanie tries to reach out to the baby mom to figure out what was really going on in that photo, though.
Sound like some baby mama drama coming up to me. All right, let's
Mm.
move on and let's talk about, speaking of drama. Can we talk about Mike and Natalie?
Lord.
Can we sigh in unison? Okay, so for those
Did
who
you
might have
see
missed
Mike's
it,
hair?
what?
Did you see Mike's hair?
Yeah, Mike is looking kind of raggedy
It's
nowadays.
the first
Poor
time his
Mike.
hair is not even done. He's like, man, I ain't even getting done up for these cameras. I'm so through with
He
this and
just
everything.
rolled out of bed and he lost about 100 pounds, and
Yeah.
his clothes are baggy, and he just looked like he had
Mm-hmm.
brush his teeth or nothing. I was like, well, Mike is going through it. But
Mm-hmm.
Natalie is on her way back to wherever the heck she's from.
Mm-hmm.
And
Well. Due to COVID, see, she's trying to figure out a plan because
how to
he
get
has
there.
to had to get there because I guess he got her a ticket going to Paris, but she's leaving the house because she's gonna go stay in a hotel because she doesn't want to spend one more night. I mean, let alone
I
what was
don't
supposed to be
blame her.
your wedding day in
I don't
that
blame her.
house.
Blame her.
No, yeah, you get out of there
I
ASAP.
don't blame her.
And yeah, she is a mess. Not a mess. She's a wreck, is what she is.
She's a wreck. And like I said
She's a
last week,
wreck.
I think Mike, I think, yes, I think doing that to her the day of sucks. I think it's
Mm,
even crappier that it's COVID. And now this
mm,
poor woman has to try to figure out how to get home.
mm,
Airports shutting down,
mm.
it's just a mess. I mean, she's homeless at the moment, you
Yeah.
know. He agreed to put her up in a hotel.
Mm,
He called ahead and paid for, or called ahead and made the reservation. But
mm,
when they got there, his friend, his nice friend, I think it's Tamara is
mm,
her name.
mm,
She's the one kind of playing chauffeur and taking Natalie,
mm,
hotel. Well, they had to turn around and go back. Of all things, she had to go
mm.
see Mike again because the hotel said they needed his credit card physically. So she
Yeah.
had to go back to the house to get the
Mm,
credit card to even go and stay. And so when she goes back to the house, Mike leans in the window, and what does he say?
mhm. Can I have the ring back? Can I have the ring back? He wants the
Now,
ring back.
I'm watching this now. I'm sure a lot of guys probably will be like, yeah, they're not getting married, and she should get the ring back. No, 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 no. I'm sorry. Probably unpopular opinion, but I'm like, girl, keep the ring. After all that, and he's making you have to hop, skip, and jump and piecemeal how to get home in the middle of a pandemic. Keep that damn ring. Now, had this not happened, I probably would feel differently. Be like, no, she didn't get a ring. But
well, and then I agree. Now, see, had she maybe have done something to like set him off, like, oh yeah, I want the ring back. Yeah, give him the ring back. But this one, I'm like, you know what? Yeah, I'm not mad at you for keeping the ring. I mean,
what's the point? Well,
yeah,
Mike, what's the point? The girls, yes, she was something, to deal with, and I actually don't even blame him for saying, you know what, I can't go through with this. I can't imagine living my life. This is what I'm gonna be stuck with. But you should have made that decision. You should have just never gave the ring back.
Yeah, he should have never. I mean, you saw how she acted the minute she got it back. Within like 24 hours of getting the ring back. So does this mean, not even 24 hours, within minutes of getting the ring back? Does this mean you're not mad at me anymore?
Right.
Just don't ruin the moment.
Right.
Come on. It's an example. Yeah,
so
I mean,
interesting because the preview says, the preview said it looks as if at the hotel
he has to be there.
He has to be there with his credit. I mean, and what's funny? And I thought about that when she said we have to go get his credit card. I thought to myself, now I couldn't imagine going into a hotel with somebody else's credit card and them not asking questions.
It's actually happened to me in Vegas once. They had to because I was paying for the hotel I was staying in with the guys I was with, but I didn't have my credit card. I had somebody else's credit card that was paying for the room.
Okay.
And so I had to get that person on the phone, and they're like, "Look, we can't do it." And so I'm just like, "Okay, well, what do we?" I'm like, "Look, I have the notary and it was a struggle just to get notarization."
Wow.
I was running the day I left for Vegas. I had to run go get stuff notarized. I was trying to just prove, like, look, I have permission. Phone call, everything, written letter, everything, and they still couldn't even take it. So yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see what happens next week.
We will.
Let's talk about Hazel and Tariq.
well, we can talk about Hazel and Tariq, but Tariq wasn't really in there all that much.
I'm gonna say actually, Lord have mercy. Hazel. So you know what I tweeted? I said they've been struggling. They're trying to find a third party because for those who aren't caught up, Hazel. It's a idea. Tariq, of course. I mean, what guy is not going to go along with that plan? She wants a girlfriend that's part of their marriage, their union, right?
It's what works for them. It's what works for them.
What works for them? And Tariq's kind of just okay, whatever, going along with it. And she kept saying, they were like, what kind of girl are you looking for? Brown girl, brown. Okay, last night she had a bachelorette party that I love his friends, his female friends. They are really cool. They're really trying to make her feel welcome. She does have one Filipino friend she met like online and she came up to the bachelorette party, which was nice. But his friends have really kind of taken her under their wing and helped her out. Kind of, anyway, they threw this bachelorette party for her. Doorbell rings, and in walks this beautiful Black woman with very little clothing on.
Very little. I'm like, she walked through the hotel with that on?
She, and she started, okay, so obviously at this point she was a stripper, which we found out later. Tariq actually hired for the bachelorette party. But yeah, that got me. I was like,
did you really think Tariq was going to send some Tyson Beckford looking dude to the hotel for his wife?
Right.
Of course not. No.
Well, but you know what? I mean, clearly that's not what Minty's looking for. I mean, I said Minty.
Minty,
sorry, Hazel. That's what Hazel was looking for. Okay. So Minty, for those who just caught that, Minty is their ex-girlfriend. So she's out of
Right.
the picture. Hazel wasn't having that.
Right.
But it just made me laugh when I saw this woman, and the first producers were like, "So you like what Tariq, you know?" And she was like, "Yeah, that's kind of what I'm looking for." I was like, "Okay, Hazel, you want some chocolate? Why don't you just say
Mm-hmm.
that?"
Hazel wants some chocolate Dunkin' Hines. That's what she wanted.
She wants some tiny,
She
exactly.
wanted them chocolate. What's them? I can't think of it. They're not ding dongs. But what's the hostess cupcake that got like the
I
little white
know.
circle on top of it? You know what I'm talking about?
Yes,
That's what she
the
wants.
Dunkins or Dink.
The
I
the
know what
the,
you're talking about.
the
Exactly,
ding dongs.
exactly.
One of them, but yeah.
Oh,
First
Hazel
of all,
hates Hazel.
can we just talk about the fact that the stripper was being safe? Not only did
Oh,
she had
she
on
had
a
a mask on.
and she had an N95 on too.
Yes.
I said, talk about progress. Okay, come on. I'm with you. Look at you being safe and
And
everything.
I don't be you not fooling nobody. You wasn't clapping for that mask. You was clapping for those cheeks that were clapping in the show.
I was clapping for both,
But
actually. I said a mask. Okay. I said cheeks. All right.
I am mad. You know, I was trying to do a little. I couldn't. You know, I can't do it like that. It was
Yeah.
anyway.
I tried it and I almost dislocated my hip. So I was like, oh no, this ain't for me.
How
This ain't
do
for
they
me.
do that?
I was like, yep, my Magic Mike days are over. That's it. I just blew the audition right there. I ain't even sent the tape in yet. Forget it.
Well,
I'm
needless to
done.
say, Hazel was quite smitten. And then she later in the show came out to her folks. Her dad was super supportive, and her brother, but Mama was not
This
having it.
was
Mama was like,
this was
nope,
mom.
right? She like she took off. She was not having. She wasn't hearing it.
Mm-hmm.
But hey, kudos to her. She was brave. She did it,
Yeah.
and now it's out there. And, moms are moms. Moms. She's in shock right now, but she'll come
Mm-hmm.
around. She'll come
Yeah,
around.
I think the mom will come around. I think I think the dad, it's interesting because I think she's a daddy's girl. So of course the
Yeah,
dad's gonna love you regardless, especially if you're a
exactly.
daddy's girl. The
Yeah.
mom, she's gonna come around. She's gonna come
She'll come around. And
around.
keep in mind, especially in their culture, I mean, there's some things that are just kind of taboo,
Yeah.
so there's that, but she did the thing. Okay, let's talk about Brandon and Julia.
Ooh.
Now we didn't talk about them last week because they were kind of boring, but this week a little more interesting. I don't know about you, Ann, but I'm feeling like Brandon is not wanting to get married. Like he seems like he's just not feeling it.
Well, he's made it clear he doesn't really care about having a ceremony or anything. He just wants to tie the knot. And like I said a few weeks ago when we addressed this, I was like, at least make it seem like you're interested, dude. I mean, fake it till you make
Right.
it. But
Pretend it.
but now, exactly. But now COVID has hit them, so now they gotta try to push the wedding up. They can't do it they can do it in the church, but they're only gonna allow like 3 or 4 people in there.
Right.
And so it's one of those things where you're just like you can tell he's starting to basically become what Mike was at the beginning of the season, checking out.
Yeah, he looks with that. You know what? That's what he looks completely checked out.
He looks like he's checked
And
out. Like
she's
he's
frustrated because she's like,
yeah.
you don't care. You don't say anything. You don't get. Well, he's kind of giving that vibe like, either we're going to do it or we're not. I don't care. That's
Yeah.
the vibe he's giving us.
Yeah.
What
I mean,
really surprised me though is the parents. They were all like, we got to do this sooner. Let's do it. I'm like, this is interesting.
Well, you know what it is though, because I think if I'm correct, weren't they the ones that like paid for the church and stuff like that? I want to say it was it them?
Oh well, because Brandy doesn't have any money, so
Because
yeah,
she doesn't have any money. Yes, I'm
and she doesn't either.
Yeah, and I'm thinking, whatever money he made, he went towards, this. So I'm just like, okay, so I'm thinking that's why they're trying to push it up. So
well, and COVID. I mean, COVID's the
that
main
too,
reason,
yeah.
But that was, just given how, his mom's been clutching on so tight to Brandon and whatever. I was like, something's up with that. I think you could be onto something there because that's just weird. They did a total like 180.
180.
Now they're like, let's do this and that. But here's my thing: you got a big, huge farm out there. Just throw some
chairs there,
some rice and some some flowers and some.
You ain't got to worry about cleaning up because you got a bunch of hogs right there and chickens that'll come eat it up.
You know what I'm saying? Decorate the barn and put out the
Exactly.
little carpet. I mean, you could.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Just saying.
You know how many barn weddings I done DJ'd? Oh yeah, you can make it
You know,
work.
I've gone to a couple of barn weddings, and they were actually a lot of fun.
Yeah. Oh
I do have a little
yeah.
bit of a hay allergy, so that
Oh
wasn't so
yeah.
fun. But
Yeah.
my eyes itched and watered the whole time.
Mhm.
But it was a good time. It was a good time.
The last wedding I DJ'd, I think before COVID hit, was a barn wedding.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the last wedding I DJ'd. Yeah. It was a barn
Were
wedding.
they square dancing, Anthony? Were we?
No, but you know what though, I would have gave it to them if they wanted it. I would have found a way. No. I would have played Sir Mix-a-Lot's Square Dance. I'll play your Square Dance,
Square dance, square dance.
we gonna do it our way.
Icky.
Play
Okay.
Square
Okay.
Dance, right?
All right. Last couple. Who am I forgetting?
Yara and do
Thank
you want to talk
you.
about
Yara
Yara
and
and Jovi, or do you want to talk
oh
about
God,
Andrew
Rebecca.
and yes, Rebecca and Zied?
Yes. Let's talk about Rebecca and Zied. Speaking of weddings, since we're on that topic.
Yes.
So he springs on her. Ramadan's coming up, a big Muslim holiday. It's a month long. He tells her basically, Zied says, I gotta marry you now, or I can't live with you. And so Rebecca, I thought she was gonna kind of put her foot down, and she kept saying no, but of course she gave in. I was quite disappointed. She gave in, and now she's rushing and trying to do a wedding. Now there's some signs that keep happening. Let's see, what are they? The ring, she lost
the ring.
Whatever.
COVID.
Can't fit the wedding dress.
Let's see here. Can't have any guests at your wedding.
Right, there's no COVID.
Because of COVID. What else was there?
I think those are the main ones.
Oh, he didn't have a suit.
That's right.
Did you see Rebecca had the nerve to get an attitude with a Target employee when they said we can't let you in the fitting rooms?
Yes.
I was like, you do know that this is COVID and they shutting everything down, right? Like, don't try to fight back on this one. If they tell you no, they mean no.
You better know your size and a wing and a prayer.
Exactly.
Yes. I'm like, come on, Rebecca, don't yell at the poor Target person. They're doing their job,
Exactly. I mean,
they're not involved in your little messiness going on. That's not their fault. Okay. But she got to the venue, and her best friend was there, and her friend tried to say some comfortable words, but in my mind, the friend, what was coming out of her mouth and the look on her face were totally different, in my opinion. The look on her face was like, why the hell are you going through with this? But since you are, I'm gonna sit here and be a supportive friend and say what you want to hear.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Yeah. Good luck, Rebecca.
Exactly.
All right. Jovi and Yara.
Oof, wow.
What about that whole ride to once they got to Vegas and they're in the car with 50 people?
And Yara was getting sick. She looked like she was ready to throw up.
Oh, because she's pregnant.
Well, and they still can't tell anybody yet. She can't tell anybody yet. He wants to, but she's like, no, not yet.
Yeah.
He's trying to get her to look at stuff and everything. She's like not interested. She's tired. She's jet lagged. She's pregnant. She's exhausted. She's going through all these different emotions. And you just acting like y'all finna go turn up and party. Like, not only that, but during COVID too, it's like, bruh, you gotta understand.
That's what got me. Okay, none of them were wearing a mask. And she's pregnant. She definitely should have had a mask on. And then it was all about, and this is her frustration with him. It's always about the party, always about his friends. She said, "Okay, your mom and dad could come to the wedding." Next thing you know, he's inviting all his friends. And then he gets there and he's dragging her to some park to take pictures, and then
she did not want to be there.
She called her friend on the phone, and I mean, it's like, come on. I don't like him. He's so self-centered. He's not ready to get married. You know, he wants to party. So you know what? Don't get married and go party. You're not ready. You know, you're doing her disservice
Yeah.
by getting married, and then you're still gonna be out there with your friends doing what you do. That's not cool.
Well, and then to make, I don't know if you caught this, but then to make add on to that stress, he's got to get ready for, he's got to leave for work again. She mentioned
Right.
that. So he's got to get ready to leave for work. So it's like, this is all a rush, and she's not taking it well. I mean, you know, it's one of those things where it's like, dude, you really need to figure out what your priorities are. You know, either you're going to live the bachelor life until you finally realize that, or you're going to man up and sacrifice and put her needs first, as well as your unborn child's needs, and say, you know what, I can't do this. Which he did. Which, to give to his credit, he did last night after him and Yara had a heart to heart. He did. But it looks like in the next episode, there's going to be some more trouble because they're sitting in like a ring area, and he's like, I didn't plan on spending like $3,000 while I was here. I'm like, yes, you did. You're in Vegas. Yes, you did. You were about to go party. Yes, you did. Was it Samuel Jackson saying Pulp Fiction? Yes, you did. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. Yes, you did, Jovi.
Listen. Jovi is trying to live that single life. He's not trying to live the Papa tied down life. So
no, he's not. I mean, he look where he lives. In the heart of Mardi Gras. Come on, no.
Exactly.
Yeah. And real quick,
Women,
before we go,
pay attention. Don't get with the dude from New Orleans unless you want someone who's gonna party all the time, as Eddie Murphy
unless
says.
you can party too. So
right.
Real quick, before we get ready to get out of here, we got to mention, because I know you're so proud of her. I know you gave a standing ovation, because I was, as soon as she did it, I was confused though when they talked about it. But we got to talk about what's his name, Andrew, and what's her name, the girl from that was.
Oh God, yes,
we
Andrew and Amina.
Because I knew for a fact when I knew you stood up. You stood up and you gave a stand up. You said yes. You applauded her.
The snap, the clap. I would Amina. So Amina, okay. Catch y'all up in case you missed it.
Let's do this.
She tried to go through Mexico to get to the U.S. sometime back. She got detained. They sent her back home to Europe.
He stayed.
He stayed in Mexico and drank margaritas and had a good old time. He gets back to the U.S. finally. He gets on the phone with her, and he basically bullies her into going through where is she? Serbia,
yeah.
Going through Serbia. Oh, you can go through Serbia and blah blah blah. And if you love me, and she, her dad, of course, is like, look, you go through this again. I'm done. I'm not stressed about you. I think you're crazy. But you try this again. She does it. She has to quarantine for 14 days in Serbia, which was a hot effing mess. At the time. Did you see
the apocalypse? Look like the apocalypse.
I couldn't believe that he put this girl through that yet again, and now it's even worse because COVID is another level now, and Serbia. There's no. I mean, one day she was trying to find something to eat, couldn't find food because nothing's open.
Yeah,
stay in this hotel, but then, he just burned my. Ooh, he made me mad. I was cursing at TV because he was rude to her.
Yeah, he was. And then gets her on the web chat, talks about having kids. Not the best time to talk about that right now. No. And then she's like, I don't know if I want to have them. He's getting upset. And then, of course, cuts to the next morning where he's like, okay, she's coming today. And then all of a sudden he's telling the producers she didn't get on the plane. And then we see her in the airport. And I'm like, okay, did she miss her flight to the U.S.? Did something happen? Flight get delayed? Flight get grounded? It turns out she made a choice. And then she actually starts explaining that he sent her. They got into a text message argument.
They showed the text
after that web chat with each other. And she's like, he sent me a plane ticket back to Paris. I'm like, I'm confused.
Right.
I was confused because I'm like, they just showed him upset because he's mad that you didn't get on the plane. And now he bought you a plane ticket to go back home?
Here's what I think it is. I think she didn't have any money, right? So she's stuck in Serbia. You know, she told, you know, she got cold feet. She said she had a panic attack because of the way he talked to her, and she's like, you know, maybe I shouldn't go to the U.S. So she didn't. So here's what I'm totally guessing here, but it sounds like if he bought her ticket back to Paris, that you know, maybe she said, "Hey, look, I'm stuck. Can you buy me a plane ticket to at least get back home?" That's the only thing that makes any sense, you know, because you know she probably didn't have any money to fly back, and you know, I mean, if he was a real jerk, yeah, he could have let her sit there in Serbia and figure it out. But it sounds like maybe, you know, that's why he bought her the plane ticket so she could get back home. I don't know.
See, I'm thinking it was along the lines of that ultimatum that he gave her. It's like, look, you got a choice. You can either come here to the U.S. and be with me, and we can make this thing work, or you can go back home. I'm thinking she was gonna say, okay, I'll come to the U.S., realizing all the stuff they've been through. Let me get to the U.S. And then he was shocked when he realized, wait a minute, she chose the ticket to go back home. So essentially, what he thought was gonna make her come blew up in his face. That's my take. That's my
All right. Well, we're out of time, folks, but had a lot to talk about tonight.
Yes.
You know, I was mistaken. I thought that this was the finale.
Me too. But... I think we both did. I think we at least got. I think we at least got 2 more episodes. At least, I think so. Yeah, at least 2, maximum 2, minimum 1.
Well, because if I remember correctly, now that when I saw it wasn't the finale, I went, wait a minute. Usually, when they get married, when the couples get married, that's the finale.
Yeah.
So we got Tariq and Hazel. Their marriage is coming up.
Yep.
You know, we've got Rebecca and Zied, and you know,
Jovi and Yara, if they make it.
Jovi and Yara. So yeah,
but there's a but on this. If you know anything about 90 Day, they always do a bait and switch. So when you think they're setting up, all of a sudden, and someone says, "I don't want to get married," then they end up getting married. So we gotta see. Gotta see. They might yank the carpet from underneath us, and we not even see it.
Right.
Yeah. So
all right, peeps. Well, it's been fun. As usual, we're just giving you the tea after the show in case you were busy yesterday, hanging out with the fam, you know, working, do what you do. Hopefully we got you caught up to speed and gave you our thoughts on all the crazy happening, the WTF moments. This is Afterthoughts, 90 Day WTF moments with your girl K-Cee Deeva and
Anthony Adams. Thank you so much for having me.
Until next week. It doesn't work without you, Ann. What you talking about?
Oh, yeah, you know, I mean, you know.
All right, please. We'll see you later. Stay safe, wear your mask, wash your hands, and we'll see you next time.
Yeah.